Meaning what, Ikenna? Did you marry a wife or personal assistant?
I was just asking for dinner.
Did I send you to be stuck at your useless workplace? Your mates have chefs for their houses and you're here asking me for dinner. Respect yourself, please.
Amaka, what is the meaning of this behavior? Have you finally allowed your mother to override your common sense?
Amaka and Ikenna had known each other since high school. From the first day they met in class, there was a quiet spark, a recognition that neither could explain. They shared notes, whispered secrets in the back row, and walked home together after classes, hands brushing, hearts racing. Friends called them the lovers, a pair so inseparable that everyone assumed they would grow old together. Their love was tender, playful, and full of unspoken promises. Ikenna would tease Amaka relentlessly, only to apologize with small gifts, a packet of her favorite snacks, a borrowed novel, or sometimes a single flower picked from the roadside. She, in turn, would surprise him with little gestures, writing a note and slipping it into his bag, cooking the fried rice he had been craving, or waiting for him outside school just to walk home together. Years passed. College ended. They married in a small, intimate ceremony surrounded by family and friends, the kind that left warmth lingering in the air like incense. Soon after, they moved into a modest self-contained apartment in Peter Odili Road, Port Harcourt. It was small, but it smelled of possibilities. Freshly painted walls, a balcony with a view of the street below, and a tiny garden where Amaka planted her favorite flowers. Life together was simple but full of love. Ikenna worked long hours, but he never missed an opportunity to care for Amaka. He would wake up early to cook breakfast, sometimes humming softly as he fried eggs and plantains. He would pack lunch for her with meticulous care, folding a tiny note inside. "Good day, my love." Evenings were for walks to the nearby park, long conversations over tea, and the quiet comfort of knowing they belonged to each other. Weekends were special. Ikenna often surprised her with little trips, a visit to the riverbank, a small restaurant she had been wanting to try, or just a drive to nowhere, listening to music and laughing until their sides ached. Arguments were rare. When they did arise, they were gentle, brief, and always ended with apologies and closeness. Life was steady, like the soft flame of a candle in a calm room. Then came the subtle whispers from Amaka's mother. "Amaka, my darling daughter, men don't like women who are too soft, too loving. You have to be careful. Don't let him think he owns all of you." Amaka laughed it off. "Mama, I love him. He loves me. That's enough." But the words lingered, settling into corners of her mind. Over time, more advice came, sharper, more insistent, wrapped in concern. "Amaka, Ikenna is a good man, yes, but men like a challenge. Don't be too available. Don't show him everything about yourself." She resisted at first, with a firmness that even surprised her. But slowly, the seeds germinated. She began to pull back in subtle ways, delaying replies to messages, withholding compliments, speaking less warmly than she used to. Ikenna noticed, but he was patient. One evening, sitting across from each other in their dimly lit living room, Ikenna finally spoke.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, just work stuff. I just feel like I need to be different for you.
I'm sorry, I don't need you to be different. I love you as you are. Don't let anybody plant doubt in your heart.
I know, but it's hard.
But doubt had already begun to fester. The tipping point arrived when Amaka's mother came to stay for what was supposed to be a week. Weeks turned into months. Her mother scrutinized everything. The apartment was too small, the food too plain, Ikenna too soft, and Amaka herself needed to assert herself more. Daily life became a battlefield. Amaka would cook dinner, nervously glancing at her mother, fearing criticism with each stir of the pot. Ikenna tried to stay calm, offering smiles and patience, but Amaka felt torn between her love for her husband and the pressure from her mother. One evening, after a tense day, her younger sister Juliet found her sitting on the balcony, staring blankly at the dark street below.
Amaka, this thing you are doing, it is not good. Why are you letting Mama make you doubt your own happiness?
I don't know, Jules. I feel like maybe she's right. Maybe I need to change. To make him respect me more,
No, Amaka, you are letting fear and insecurity run your life. Look at him, he loves you, and he doesn't need you to be anyone but yourself.
No one, not even Mom, should trouble you.
Amaka nodded, but inside, the seeds had already rooted. One evening, Ikenna came back home late from work, tired when he went to the kitchen to get food. When he observed there was nothing prepared, he
Hi,
went
babe.
to Amaka.
What's up? There's no dinner prepared?
Meaning what, Ikenna? Did you marry a wife or personal assistant?
I was just asking for dinner.
Did I send you to be stuck at your useless workplace? Your mates have chefs for their houses and you're here asking me for dinner. Respect yourself, please.
Ikenna, shocked, called out to her.
Amaka, what is the meaning of this behavior? Have you finally allowed your mother to override your common sense?
The next day, the inevitable happened. Amaka left the apartment and moved back into her mother's house. Ikenna called, trying to reason, trying to reach her heart, but every attempt was blocked or undermined by her mother. He'll come back when he sees you're independent, her mother said, planting illusions and fears. Whenever he came to her mother's house, he was met with excuses some days and insults the others.
Get away from here, you good for nothing. I don't even understand what she saw in you before.
Please, stop. I can explain.
Explain, just...
Amaka's life became a carousel of lavish nights, new men and fleeting attention. She went to parties, dined in restaurants, and traveled short distances with admirers, but inside, a hollow ache persisted. She could not shake the image of Ikenna, their home, their life together, and the love that had once been hers. Months turned into years. Amaka's relationship with her mother remained complicated. Her mother still dictating, still pushing, still guiding. Juliet continued to speak to her, pleading for Amaka to see the truth, but the mother's influence was strong. One weekend, Amaka had an altercation with a neighbor. In the heat of the moment, the woman blurted,
Now this bad character where you inherit from your mama, now make your life day like this. At this your age, you still dey chop mama thank you. Sister, grow up, oh.
That evening, while seated on the couch, Amaka realized the weight of what she had lost. With a trembling hand, she dialed Ikenna's number. He picked up calmly.
Hello, Amaka. How are you doing?
I want to see you, please. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sending you the address.
The next day, Amaka showered deeply, put on her best dress and makeup. When she arrived, she was met with a house that took her breath away. A beautifully painted mansion, warm lights glowing in the windows, and the faint smell of fresh flowers. She hesitated at the door, her hands shaking as she rang the bell. Ikenna opened it, smiling softly. Amaka, welcome. She entered and was offered a glass of juice and took a sip, smiling. Moments later, she saw her, another woman, round with pregnancy, walking out from the kitchen to peck Ikenna lightly on the cheek.
This is my wife, Amaka. We are expecting a child. Babe, meet Amaka.
Oh, the one you told me about. Fancy seeing you here.
Amaka's heart shattered. She could barely sit still. Ikenna welcomed her warmly, spoke kindly, offered her food, but the damage was done. The man she had loved, the life she had dreamed of was gone. He had moved on, built a new life, and she was left to face the consequences of her choices. On the drive back to her mother's house, Amaka wept. Immediately she got home that night, she confronted her mother.
Mama, you destroyed my life for your fears, for your greed, for your past. You let it control me. I lost the best thing I ever had. Meaning what? Ha, Amaka. Did I force you to leave your husband's house? Are you a child? How dare you talk to me like that in my own house?
Amaka walked out and cried herself to sleep that night, mourning not just the love she lost, but the years wasted, the opportunities squandered, and the manipulations that had stolen her happiness.
Then she woke up. Ikenna lay beside her, breathing steadily, completely at peace. The apartment was quiet. The walls were still freshly painted. The flowers on the balcony were still alive. It had not happened yet. It was a dream. She sat still for a long time, watching him sleep. The man who packed her lunch with little notes, who picked flowers from the roadside, who had asked her gently, "I don't need you to be different. I love you as you are." The next morning, her mother continued her drama. She began the way she always did, with sharp words dressed as wisdom, criticism wrapped in concern. But this time, something in Amaka had shifted. The seeds found no soil.
Mama, I love you, but I will not let you plant fear in my home. Please leave.
Are you chasing me?
Her mother stared at her, stunned into silence for the first time. And just like that, she left. Later that afternoon, when the apartment was still and the light came golden through the balcony door, Amaka found Ikenna and sat beside him. She took his hands in hers.
I'm sorry for every moment I pulled away, for every wall I let someone else build between us. I love you and choose you every time.
He said nothing at
I
first.
love you.
He just pulled her close. And in the quiet warmth of the life they had built together, Amaka understood. Love does not survive where doubt is given a home, but where it is protected, fiercely, intentionally, it becomes something unshakable.